Hey, what's up, guys? Wait, hold on. New camera. What y'all think of the quality? Was it worth it? Anyways, this is a topic that became pretty relevant to me recently, especially because I injured my knee on this landing. Notice how I landed pretty stiff here? Yeah, so this is what started my knee pain in the first place. I looked on YouTube on how to land properly, looked on Google, and I couldn't really find anything. So what I did was improvise. What I did to try and fix my knee pain was to land pretty deep. So instead of landing stiff, I would land into this really deep squat position. Since I got hurt landing stiff, I thought that was the wrong way to go about things. So I changed my whole landing technique into this. So when I was rehabbing from knee pain and patellar tendonitis, this is how I was performing depth landings. And this is even worse for your tendons, because this puts your tendons through more compression, while landing stiff puts your tendons through higher peak forces. Compression is worse for your tendons, and during the jump sessions I landed like this. I really made sure that I wasn't landing stiff, and that caused me even more knee pain. I thought by doing this, I was giving my tendons more time to absorb the impact, thus being easier on my tendons, but that was the opposite. Landing like this over time actually caused me more knee pain, and gave me an even worse landing technique. The reason it caused me more knee pain is because when you're landing like this really deep, when you're landing in a knee dominant deep squat position, it doesn't allow you to utilize your hips and ankles as much, which are way stronger in absorbing the impact than just your knees. John Evans was telling me how my landing wasn't even bad here and wasn't the main contributor to my knee pain. He described it as the needle that broke the camel's back, and it was everything I was doing prior to that landing that was the main cause for my knee pain. It was the intense training I was putting myself through before, with barely any time for recovery, that was overloading my knees and caused me to reach a dangerous territory. And I guess that little landing was the needle that was just enough to give me knee pain for months, and that training was my own training that I made. So I thought I knew what I was doing, when in reality I didn't. You live and you learn, oh well. So during depth landings and jump sessions, how was I supposed to land instead? Ironically, I was supposed to land how I got injured in the first place, stiff. All the videos I've seen of Isaiah Rivera landing was mind-boggling to me. He was barely bending at the knees, and you can tell that his tendons were crazy stiff. And ever since I joined THP, that's what they had me do. Land stiff, practicing by landing with a little knee bend. So now instead of avoiding the problem, I'm tackling the problem head on. The problem being my tendons not being able to handle absorbing the force that quickly. So that's how I practice landing with depth landings. And of course you want to start by having a low platform and building up to higher platforms slowly. And also to be able to land that stiff, you gotta be eccentrically strong. And since my knees were weak and I had a lot of knee pain, I couldn't land stiff without causing me pain. So I had to develop a base of eccentric strength. And to achieve that, I did a whole month of eccentric strength training, primarily doing slow eccentric squats with a 6-second eccentric and a 6-second concentric. And those were crazy hard, but they helped and they made my knees feel a lot better. I did that for a good month before I even touched the 12-inch box. And then from there, that's when I started landing stiff. And as the days and weeks went on, I increased the height from 12 inches to 24 inches to 36 inches to 42 inches. And now I can land from 42 inches with a stiff landing with no pain. And I did these stiff depth landings for a month straight without even going into jumping. And this strengthened my tendons enough so that they're able to handle absorbing impact that quick, which is needed for jumping activities. And that really helped with my knee pain. So now I'm able to jump maximally and land properly with no knee pain. And landing has never felt better now. And since I did that for a month straight, I guess muscle memory kicked in and I subconsciously land like that now. And I'm glad that happened because it feels so much better than landing into a deep squat position. I thought it helped my knees by doing that, but it hurt them even more. So yeah, hopefully this clears some things up. A shorts video that I posted revolving this topic kind of went viral, and a lot of people were telling me that I'm wrong. I basically compared how you shouldn't jump to how you should jump, and a lot of people took it the wrong way. A lot of people brought in how you shouldn't land like that during parkour, landing 3 stories up, or how you shouldn't land like that when you're skateboarding. You should give your body a little bit more time to absorb the impact. And in those cases, they're right. And I wasn't specific in that video. I was mainly talking about basketball athletes and jumping athletes, how landing stiff would benefit them in the long run. But oh well, I can't change the video now. But yeah, I hope this video helped you guys out. If you guys got knee pain, don't go straight into depth landings. Start by building a base of eccentric strength first. Also, let me know what you guys think of the quality. Does it look better? Let me know. All right, later.